Radio, we're live from Coling in beautiful North Yorkshire. 14 minutes then to 6. You maybe have heard in the news that actually later this year the government will be banning single-use plastics. There are two brothers, actually, you maybe don't know this though, there are two brothers from West Yorkshire who are leading the campaign to get small and medium-sized companies switched over to alternatives in time for the ban, which is coming. It's things like single-use cutlery, plates, polystyrene trays, that sort of thing that will be banned across England, at least anyway, from October. Over in Boston Spa, Wetherby Way, of course, Single-Use Alternatives is a company there. Adrian and Neil Balcombe are two brothers. It is their company. They're wanting us to get ready. Adrian's with me now. Hi, Adrian. Afternoon to you.
Good evening, James. Thanks for having us on the show.
It's a pleasure. Tell us, first of all, what you're doing. I was saying there that you want us, obviously, all to get ready to get rid of these things and to have alternatives in place. But what are you doing to get people sorted out?
Well, we set up the business probably about 5 years ago to make it really easy and affordable for people to make that switch. We were expecting the ban to come in a lot earlier. Scotland introduced the ban last summer, and it's great to know that England and Wales have followed suit this October. So, we've got about 450 products. They're all plant-based rather than oil-based. And the reason for us setting up was to make it easy and affordable for people to make smaller purchases at great prices, saving 20% off wholesale. So,
have I got that right then, that you're making yourselves the alternatives to these single-use plastics?
Not ourselves. We are like an importer, I would say. We work in a global world for ups and downs. So we've got a variety of products coming from EU. There is some stuff made still here in the UK, most of it further afield.
Adrian, what will be then the alternatives that we will all be using when this ban comes into force in October for things that we use plastic for now, like knives and forks and cups and trays and stuff that I was mentioning there?
Yeah, so the specific items that are being banned are single-use plastic plates, bowls, trays, cutlery, as you say, but also, like the polystyrene cups and burger boxes and stuff like that. And like the alternatives we've got on our website, so they're all plant-based, not oil-based. So we've got everything from your normal paper cups and containers. We've got bagasse, which is like waste sugarcane, and they make plates and bowls and trays. There's some wooden cutlery that we've got that's got that it's got a food-safe wax coating on, so you don't get that furry taste when you use them. And then there's loads of innovative stuff, which is really exciting coming to market. There's containers made from seaweed. There's cutlery made from paper. There's some great takeaway trays with an anti-spill lid from Zoom. So, it's quite exciting and quite innovative to bring these products to market.
Well, you said it, innovative. Containers made out of seaweed. How does that work?
Well, excuse me, we're not the manufacturer, so I wouldn't even be able to tell you what that secret is. So it's a brand called Not Plat, which recently featured on the Moonshot Prize from Prince William. So your listeners would be able to Google that. But we've got two of their products online. Yeah.
How did you get involved in all this? I mean, it's quite an unusual niche market, isn't it, that you're tapping into here?
Yeah. I mean, I've got and my brother. We both share a passion for the outdoors. My history is in e-commerce wholesale. My brother's an IT expert. So I guess you get to a stage in your careers where you're tired of working for someone else and you want to set out on your own. And we wanted to make a positive impact and help the transition to a zero carbon economy and circular economy for our children.
Adrian, you can be honest now, because of course there's no one listening. What's it like working with your brother?
He is probably listening. He's a pain in the backside, but I don't tell him that.
I knew it.
He's a delight to work with.
I know, but I mean, it must be terribly rewarding actually working in this sort of field, because we know that the climate's stuffed unless we do something about it. We know we've got massive problems, and it just seems to be, even though there are all these climate conferences and all the rest of it, that governments across the world are dragging their feet in actually putting words into action. But at least, over there in Boston Spa, in Wetherby, you're doing something. That must feel really good.
Yeah, and I think that's why we set up the business, because we wanted to do something, and that was after speaking to lots of customers up and down the Wharfe Valley because they wanted to make that switch, but they couldn't either have the cash flow or the storage space to buy large quantities. So we thought, well, we'll buy on behalf of them and pass on as much of those bulk buy savings to them, but they can buy hundreds rather than thousands. There's no minimum order, delivery direct, like next day and stuff. So we're just trying to make it easy and affordable for people to make that switch.
Adrian, we're talking about England here, of course, the ban coming into force, of course, in October. Scotland already introduced its ban. That was in June last year. There's similar stuff happening in Wales. I mean, people who are listening now needn't necessarily have to wait until October, right? We could be doing stuff already now. What's your advice to people about how they can make that switch already today when they go to the supermarket, for example, tomorrow and buy their weekly shop?
Remember, this is more probably affecting hospitality industry. So they would buy from maybe a wholesaler, and they do have some stock available, but we're all online, and hopefully, we know that we're up to 20% saving from those wholesales. So I guess we're here to educate, to support. People can always get in touch with us, and then the ultimate aim would be to bring their customers with them on their journey, and that's a positive journey as well. If their customers, their end users, think or know that they're on that eco-friendly journey with like their local coffee shop, then I think we're all going in the right direction. You say coffee shop there. I mean, do you avoid going into coffee shops yourself and buying a cup of coffee that's served in one of those cups that we know are wicked for the environment? And also, when you're at the supermarket, do you specifically not choose certain products because they're packaged in plastics? Yes, certainly. And also we do advocate a policy of reuse rather than single use. But there are lots of examples, particularly on festivals or also in beaches or also in gigs and stuff like that, where single use is the only thing that works from a commercial and also a health and safety perspective. And we're here to help that transition away from oil-based plastics, which I believe oil needs to stay in the ground from a climate change point of view, to a plant-based alternative where we can then turn it into nutrients through a circular economy, which we've done with our local party in the park in Boston Spa last summer. Adrian Bolcombe from Single Use Alternatives over there in Boston Spa near Wetherby. You heard what he was saying there. We've all got a part to play. Hospitality industry perhaps first, but the ban is coming in October and we will all be impacted by that.